So hey guys, welcome back to yet another tutorial in Madlookz VFX. I hope everybody is doing well. Today we are going to check out like how a prep artist can use Powermesh for prep task in Nuke. So Powermesh is a new feature in Mochapro 2021, and here I have a footage. I'm going to remove this logo here. You can see a lot of foldings in this t-shirt, and it's getting constantly folded throughout the work range. So I'm taking Mochapro VFX version, and yeah, it's very easy to use the VFX version. Just click on this launch Mocha UI button, and yep, the footage is automatically loaded inside Mochapro and it's ready to get tracked. So yep, this is the footage, and now let's go and track this area. So yeah, okay, we can see a lot of distortion. So take the X spline, and I'm going to draw a spline around the logo. I'll make a bit large so that I will explain why I'm keeping this large, because I want to export the Alembic mesh later. Okay, so I have drawn an X plane here. It's pretty simple, and in the new option, the new version, we have the mesh option here and all these things, properties here. I have made a tutorial specifically like what all are the uses of these properties. You can check that in the I button. So I'm generating a mesh using the adaptive contrast that is very useful for like automatic and adaptive contrast. They generates a decent mesh. So yep, and all other properties, I'm keeping the mesh size as little less because I want more detail. So this mesh is based upon subplanar tracking. This is not an optical flow of tracking. So I will keep the smoothness as 32 or 30. 30 is fine, because cloth kind of movement can be tracked using less smoothness, so that we will get a lot of distortions. And you can use the edit option for editing the mesh or editing the vertices, so that the mesh looks organized or according to the structure of the input. So the mesh is generated. Now let's go and track the footage. Okay, we have all the properties set. Let's track. Okay, the tracking is done, and now let's see how we got the track. You can see a lot of distortion happened in our track also. So this really helps us in doing the prep. But let's take some time to filter out the track even better. So yeah, you can see a lot of distortion happening. So let's give the smoothness as 20 and track it again. Let's see. Okay, so you can keep a keyframe also for the smoothness. So I'm just going to remove this keyframe and coming back into the first frame and keep the smoothness as 20. Okay, and now let's track again. Yep, so the tracking is done. Now I think we have refined the previous result, and now let's export this thing into a Nuke. So yep, for that we have an option like export track. So first I'm going to export Nuke corner pin. We have a lot of options here. Clipboard, just save this thing, paste it here, and again launch Mocha UI. I'm going to export the Alembic mesh too. So yep, export track, and inside here you can see an option like Alembic mesh. Okay, so save it in a path, and let's close this stuff here, save. Okay, so I arrange this a little bit. So I'm gonna import now the Alembic mesh here. Take read geo, open, and let's import. Okay, here we have a camera and a geo from Mocha. So let's start the prep here. I'm gonna clean the logo for a frame, that means in the first frame. So for that I will just use the clone brush, and let's clone all this area. So my clean plate is almost done. I'm not sure it is perfectly done, but for the tutorial purpose it is done. So taking a frame hold and keeping it as a first frame. So first frame is my clean plate, and now I will take copy pre-mult to isolate that area and merge over the input. So copy pre-mult, I will arrange a bit here, take a roto node, I'll connect this stuff here. Now I'll merge this stuff over my input. So it is done here. Okay, now let's do a roto here. Okay, around this logo I'm just doing a roto here. Done. Now let's play and see how the result is coming. Okay, we are missing the track here, so let's get the track here. Okay, so I mean, this is exported from Mocha, so I have to set a reference frame. You can set this reference frame in Mocha also, but I'm setting it here. No animation to every corners of this track, and let's play and see how it is coming now. Yep, the prep is done, and yeah, little grading is needed in the last frame. Yeah, we can see a little difference here, so let's take a grade and let's bring down the gain little bit down in the last frame. Yep, that's a good result. Also, we can adjust the gamma also if you need. Just play with this all sliders and you will get the result, precise result according to your need. So I'll keep the multiply and keep a keyframe here. Go back to the first frame and keep 1. So okay, now you can see a nice prep here. Okay, the next thing is like I'm gonna use Alembic mesh for my prep, so copied those stuff here and kept it here. Now I will take a scanline render, which is pretty important for a 3D projection. Okay, so and now I'll take a project 3D. Okay, sorry, project 3D. Okay, so here is the project 3D. I'll just connect all this stuff here, merge into scanline render, object scene into read geo, it's here, read geo into project 3D, and I'll connect the camera. Okay, so yep, now I'll take a frame hold to connect my camera into project 3D. Like I need to set a reference frame for that, so I'll connect the frame hold into camera and keep it as 1, and camera into frame hold from project 3D. And now basic setup is done. I'll connect this stuff here. Yep, now let's play and see how it is coming. Okay, let's view in the scanline, and you can see that I mean that image is projected on this Alembic mesh or this mesh, and you can see it over here. Now what I'm gonna do is like in the yeah, you can see that here. So what I can do is now like I can convert this rendered camera into a UV in the scanline render settings. So in settings we have a lot of properties here, and here projection mode, keep it as UV. So now let's play and see what is the result. Yep, you can see I mean it's stabilized right now. So this is a beautiful option. Now you can paint this stuff very easily and reproject that into the prep. So I'm taking the same paint node. I have already painted that area. So yep, only first frame it is there, so better to take a frame hold and keep it as constant. And also I will just take this read geo. Before that I will just copy all this stuff here, and the same like I'm doing this as same like a corner pin, and I'm gonna merge this stuff. No need of this merge node, I'll connect this stuff back. Okay, so this is my prep here, and now let's see how it is coming. Okay, no, it's not yet ready. So what we have to do for making the output is like copy both this read geo and scanline and keep it over here. We're gonna reproject this stuff again into the render camera. So let's connect this camera and go into the scanline render settings. Yep, before that I'll connect this stuff here. I'll keep it arranged. Now I will go back to the the settings of the scanline render and keep it as render camera. And now let's see how it is coming. Yeah, the prep is done. So now we can see a lot of difference in the prep, because a lot of distortion is happening automatically when we do the prep using the Alembic mesh, because we have exported the mesh from there and using the subplanar tracking in using Powermesh. And yep, I did that grading also here so that both looks similar. Yep, the prep is done, and you can see the prep is way far better than the corner pin one, because we have a lot of distortion happening in the those kind of cloth animation happening in the output. And let's split the viewer and let's compare the result between the corner pin one and the Alembic one. So I'll just drag this thing here. I'm a little confused here, what's happening. I have a lot of viewer node in my script, so that's why confusion. I'm taking a new viewer node. Let's Okay, let's connect this stuff here. I will drag it here. Oops, I can close this stuff here. Okay, so now we have two viewers, and just a minute. So this is my other viewer, and okay, I'll close this stuff. I'll arrange this thing here again, close this stuff here. Yep, now we have two viewers here. One is the left one is the corner pin and the right one is the alembic mesh, and now you can compare the result in the screen itself, which one is better and which one is like needs improvement. I mean, if you are using corner pin, you have to use grid warp for those kind of distortions, or cloth animation, making those cloth animation happen in your prep. So better than that, take a Powermesh in Mochapro 2021 and export the alembic mesh and do the prep. That's pretty useful for this kind of work, and you can see the difference in the output. There is a lot of distortion is happening in the prep without doing any keyframing. You are getting the output much precisely, and this makes our work very easy, right? So yeah, so I'm giving all the credit for this tutorial to Nacho, and I will link his tutorial in the description, so go check his channel. And I'm inspired by his tutorial, so yeah, I hope this tutorial is useful. We share a lot of knowledge in my social media handles, and yep, seriously, we share a lot of things there. Subscribe to us and watch more videos here.